from Oklahoma City. We close out week 32 here in the USL Championship. It's OKC Energy FC and RGV tonight from Taft Stadium with the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey. I'm Josh Eastern, and Western Conference battle. These two teams kind of trending in opposite directions. OKC Energy have not gotten a win in the past 6, while RGV, they are in an unbeaten run of 3 straight games. And here is a look at the top of the Western Conference, and it's still all jumbled up there right around the playoff line.
It certainly is. San Antonio 44 points, LA Galaxy just 1 point above them, El Paso a couple of points ahead, but still they're not safe. And neither are Austin Bulge, you would think. So there's still a lot to fight for, and there's a couple in 11th and 12th who still have their playoff hopes alive.
As we take a look at the bracket, still a lot of moving and shaking could be done. The 2 and the 3 could flip, but Phoenix Rising, of course, is solidified there at the top.
Yeah, there still could be a few changes throughout, but for me the big changes are getting into the playoffs, and there's the lights of Las Vegas Lights and 1 or 2 others, New Mexico United, who will still be hoping they can scrape their way in. And that would mean that someone like San Antonio perhaps, or even LA Galaxy 2 might still go out. So plenty to play for.
Well, it will come down to the final week here in the USL Championship as we get towards the playoffs. But as for OKC Energy, a tough loss last week going down to 10 men. They are officially eliminated from playoff contention after results this weekend. But tonight, what do you want to see from this team?
Let's see them bounce back, play with a little bit of style. They've got to change this bad form. 4 losses and a draw from their last 5. Turn it around. Give the fans something to enjoy at the end of the season and hope for a better season next year. But they've got to end on a positive note.
Well, we'll see if they can do that tonight against the RGV Toros, who come into town. It's the Harvest Festival here in OKC, and we are closing out week 32 here in the USL Championship. Lineups and first kick coming up right after this here from Taft Stadium.
Goals are something we outline for ourselves, and oftentimes they can be pretty lofty. When things begin to line up the way we think they should, we appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Mercy helps the Energy get to the top of their game. We can help you get to the top of yours.
Outlining your own destiny is something we all take pride in. And knowing we're doing what we love is what makes this life adventure so exciting. Isn't it nice to have a banking partner that's along for the ride? FFB makes life easier with a simple click and snap, so things like mobile banking and deposits can be done anywhere, anytime. Plus free bill pay, person-to-person transfers, and Apple Pay. With free ATMs worldwide, why wouldn't you want a bank that gives you this much freedom? FFB. We go where you go.
Back here in Oklahoma City, the team's taking to the pitch here tonight. It's OKC Energy and RGV. We are getting set here to close out week 32 in the USL Championship. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are provided by First Fidelity Bank, proud founding partner of Energy FC. Here's a look at Steve Cook's 11.
Yep, 4 changes from the team that lost 2-0 at Orange County. Chris Duval comes in at right back for Alvin Jones, who's away on TNT duty. Callum Ross comes in. Jonathan Brown drops to left back to replace Mikal Williams, who's also away with TNT. Highland got a red card last time out, so Rafael Garcia comes in. And the 4th change is Omar Gordon replaces Javon Watson, who's away on Jamaican duty.
So a lot of change there for OKC Energy. And on the other side for RGV, here is Gerson Echeverry's 11.
Yep, 3 changes for him from the team that drew 1-1 and a very good draw, by the way, at New Mexico United. Ben Willis in goals for Nicholas Corti. So looking forward to see how young Willis does. Robert Coronado for Junkwa at the left back. And Deshane Beckford for Jesus Enrique in attacking midfield.
We'll see what this side can do on the road tonight. Just one road win this season, but coming off that big road draw against New Mexico last week. It will be RGV in their all-black kits, and it will be OKC in their all-white kits. RGV going left to right, OKC going right to left. Glad you can be with us here on this Sunday night from Oklahoma City as we close out this week 32 here in the USL Championship. Just one more week to go until we get into the playoffs, but underway tonight from Taft Stadium. OKC Energy trying to find that form that they had earlier on this season. They're on a 6-match winless run. When talking with Steve Cook this week, he thought they handled going a man down fairly well last week against Orange County, but in the end just couldn't quite get it done. On the other side, though, for RGV, they have a 3-match unbeaten run. They have won 2, and they drew last week against New Mexico. So 2 teams kind of going in opposite directions right now coming into tonight's match.
Yeah, and they're 2 good teams, some excellent players on both sides, and it really is sort of frustrating to see them not making the playoffs. Good managers, good players, scoring plenty of goals. I mean, Deshaun Brown, 14 goals, Collar Small, 10, Michael Salazar, 10. I mean, that's top-class performances, and you really feel they're both underperformed, and they should be in these playoff places. I mean, there are excuses and some very legitimate. OKC have lost a lot of players to international duty, and Steve Cook telling us this week that, you know, if he were to redo his roster, he probably wouldn't have had as many international players. But you still feel that these are 2 decent teams who really should be able to do a little bit better than they have done.
A 3-point gap between the 2 coming into tonight. OKC in 14th place, RGV a spot below them in 15th, but with the results yesterday, OKC officially eliminated from playoff contention before this match starts here tonight, but they're looking to close this season strong. Here's an opportunity for RGV early on. A shout for penalty, and the referee will wave it away. The referee tonight, Daniel Gutierrez.
Yeah, a little bit of a dive in that one. I think trying to win the penalty from the referee. He wasn't interested. You've got to have a lot more contact on that. Look, it's a decent run. It really is, but you can see how Kevin Rodriguez was already flying in the air even before the tackle was made. And to be fair, probably lucky not to get a yellow card for simulation.
Mercy is the Energy's official medical provider and the presenting partner for tonight's match. At Mercy, your life is our life's work. Learn more at mercy.net/energy sports. So an early opportunity into the box for RGV, and OKC Energy will try to spark some attack here tonight. Last week against Orange County, they really had trouble getting things going forward, especially trying to find service for Deshaun Brown. And that's a man who they probably want to get the ball a little bit. 14 goals coming into tonight.
That's a fantastic achievement. And 28 games, I mean, a goal every second game. That is top class from Deshaun Brown. Just not enough players around him getting big numbers. Rafael Garcia's got 6, a couple on 5, Omar Gordon, Isley, but other than that, not enough contributors. If you want to have a successful season, all the midfield have to chip in with a few goals here and there. Even the defenders need to chip in. And they haven't seen enough of that OKC, and the same applies to RGV.
Here's Small. He brings it down at the top of the box with the left foot. Saved away by Lorendi. Well, the saves leader in the USL Championship getting some early work. That is save number 102 on the season.
It's a good strike from Carlos Small. A lot of power behind it, and as you say, Cody Lorendi with a very good save. Pushes it away from danger, and the visitors with a nice, bright early start.
Here's Beckford. Looking for the give and go. Beckford gets pulled in the box. The referee will wave it away once again. Some early opportunities coming for RGV, and a foul will send it back the other way to Energy FC.
Some frustration there for RGV. Really pushing and creating opportunities, and feel they didn't get the decisions go their way, but you've got to be careful. Michael Salazar just throwing the ball away like that. Referees can decide that's ungentlemanly conduct and just whip out a yellow card, and you don't need that early in the game.
A couple of players back for OKC coming into this match as well. Rafa Garcia coming off his knee surgery, while Callum Ross coming back from his yellow card accumulation suspension last week against Orange County. But here's Omar Gordon striding forward. Coming into the middle, here's Gordon, a bit of a heavy touch, and he'll lose possession because of it.
It's positive, though, from Omar Gordon. Yes, he did overrun it in the end, but it shows a willingness to get at that RGV defense.
Small slips down. It's Salazar who's able to keep it. This RGV side really closing the season strong. They had a 4-match losing streak. It ended with that 5-0 loss at Fresno before they beat Real Monarchs in Orange County at home. A 3-1 win and a 2-0 win before going on the road to New Mexico. So not easy sledding as of late, but this team has found something here in the past few weeks. And now Deshaun Brown onto the ball, into the box. And Willis, his first touch is a clearance out of play.
Good defending from Connor Donovan. Just gets a foot to that to knock it back to the keeper. Good defending. Good pressure there from the home side OKC.
And Willis tonight making just his 3rd appearance of the season. Spent 4 years at Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington. Now OKC will look to build forward again with Atiba Harris. Slip forward now for Cato. Looking to pick out a cross. Now it comes in towards the back post, headed down by Gordon. Now it's Isley in some tight spaces and cleared away. Well done by Adams to get his body in the way. It's still there. Garcia, he can't quite keep possession. Now as Beckford is able to dribble away with it, but out for a throw-in.
Good play from OKC. Lovely ball in. Omar Gordon gets on the end of it. Isley with a little bit of skill there. And eventually the shot gets blocked, but that'll please the home fans. Something to cheer.
The home finale for OKC Energy before they finish the season on Friday against Phoenix Rising, as I feel like they'll want to get into top form going into the playoffs here in a few weeks. Oh, it's Gordon, a nifty pass to find Brown. Brown to the end line. His cross deflects. It did go off of Brown last and out for a goal kick.
Frustrating, good position there. Deshaun Brown wanted to try and get something into the box, and in the end, it becomes a goal kick. But you were just talking a minute or two ago about RGV's recent form. When you beat Orange County and Real Monarchs, that is very impressive. And a draw away at New Mexico United, which just proves that point I was saying. There's more to come from this side, or there should have been more this season to come from RGV, and I'm sure Gerson Echeverry knows it. And it's been a frustration for him, no doubt, as well. But it does augur well for next season. If they finish off in style RGV, which they certainly have done in the three previous matches, it means next season could be a lot better.
And an injury here for RGV, and the training staff will come out. Looks like that is Beckford who is down. But now slowly getting back to his feet as you look at the replay again.
Oh, it's a bit of a clash of heads there. Not intentional, of course, but whenever that happens, the referee is quite right to stop the match, just to make 100% certain that there's no damage done and to see if there's a concussion protocol necessary.
We did that match, RGV at Fresno. That was a really tough night for the Toros on that weekday game against Fresno up in California. That was their 2nd match in a row on the road. They played Sacramento, and then they played Fresno as well. But really, ever since that game, they've turned it around and trying to end this season on a strong note.
Well, I can't say enough about beating OC and Real Monarchs and getting a draw away at New Mexico United.
And even though they won't be in the playoffs, they will have an effect on, I guess, how it shakes out in the end. They will play at Portland Timbers to close out the season on October 18th. So they will have a say here, as Portland Timbers still hanging on by a thread as well in the playoff picture. And here's Martinez in the middle. And some pressure being shown by Jonathan Brown. Ibeaga was covering. The sun causing some issues there on the far side. Some players shielding their eyes, but OKC Energy win it right back. This is an OKC Energy team that was right around the 4th place mark going into their match on August 30th at Real Monarchs, but since then, they've not been able to find any results here as Omar Gordon goes down.
It has been frustrating for OKC because they did look so good early in the season, but of their last 5 matches, lost 4, drawn once. That's 1 point from 15. That's not going to get you very far as we just look at the replay here. Omar Gordon trying a little bit there, handball coming in, and then he falls awkwardly, twisting his knee. And even in the home form for OKC, 1 win in 10 at home. I mean, that's meant to be where you pick up most of your points. That's your fortress. 1 win in 10 is a very poor return. So the wheels have come off, and as mentioned, Steve Cook saying a lot of it had to do with his international players going away all the time and matches still continuing and having to play without them. What we were saying, there weren't too many players on the bench for OKC. 3 outfield players this evening. It just shows you how thin the ranks have become.
And things were not helped, of course, by the red card as well by Highland last week. And it was an interesting situation. It was a double yellow card situation there with Kyle Highland. His first yellow card was given to him because he came onto the field too early after clashing heads with Kevin Alston. Alston stayed on the touchline, but the 4th official, there was a little bit of miscommunication. Steve Cook wasn't too pleased with how it all played out, but he ended up getting a 2nd yellow card a little bit later on in that first half, so they had to play almost an hour down a man.
I'm not even sure either were yellow cards, to be honest, but we'll talk about that in a moment.
Opportunity here for RGV. Small will head it to his left, but taken right back here by Energy FC.
He's going back to that Highland situation. The first one coming on the pitch before the referees called you on. Yes, if you do it on purpose, it's a yellow card. But if there's a bit of confusion, you just had a bang on the head or whatever, do you really have to give a player a yellow card for that? And then there was a clash of heads a few minutes later in which he got hurt, Highland. You know, and had he have stayed down, which is maybe the more professional thing to do, I'm sure the referee wouldn't have given him a yellow card, but he just put his hands up as if to say, look, it was a clash of heads, nothing meant. And the referee walks up and gives him a 2nd yellow. Both of them were way too harsh for me. And especially the second one, when the player's on a yellow, you tend as a referee to just give him a little bit more leeway. And if it's not meant and they both clashed heads, then you surely don't give him a 2nd one. So, yeah, fully appreciate how frustrated Steve Cook was to go down to 10 men early on in the game.
It was a game last week in which they did not register a shot. So they already have looked a little bit more potent on offense tonight, and they will look to try to keep doing that as this match continues. This RGV side has come out. They have looked full of life here on this Sunday night in Oklahoma City. Here's Garcia back from his knee injury. Right in the middle at that holding central midfield spot. And along with Callum Ross, who's also back into the lineup. 2 major pieces that they were missing last week. I'm sure Steve Cook happy to have them back here tonight.
I think he's happy to have any players back. You've only got 3 fit outfield players, then you know, so many players away on international duty and of course injuries as well. And that's part of the season. You've got to plan for these things. I'm sure if you ask other teams, they'll give you 101, you know, sad stories about players that they've lost through injury or international. So it is part of the game. It seems that OKC have had it a little bit worse than most clubs.
It's a battle of attrition, especially at this point in the season. Just 1 week left to go. Trying to spark the attack up that right flank for Deshaun Brown. One back by Martinez. And looking to distribute wide a little bit too far there for Kevin Rodriguez.
Just looking at RGV and what a tidy, good team they are, but maybe the reason why they haven't made the playoffs, their away form, 1 win in 16 away this season. 10 losses, 5 draws and 1 win. That's not good enough. You've got to pick up more on the road, and that's maybe something that they can work with and get ready for next season. If they can improve that, then they should make the playoffs.
Just 1 road win this season, that coming against Portland all the way back on April 30th, and a -20 goal differential as well on the road. It's been a struggle for them, but as we mentioned, OKC, it's been a struggle for them at home. So when push comes to shove, we'll see what happens here tonight.
Don't suppose a draw is the most likely outcome then, if one's not good at home and one's not good on the road. But I'm sure the home fans are saying, come on, OKC, give us a decent game, end of the season. We've supported you all the way through.
And tonight,
yeah, that's what the neutrals would be hoping for, I guess, is a good home win.
and tonight they are celebrating the Harvest Festival here at Taft Stadium. Pert Hapley from Parks and Rec. A little Sebastian horse as well is apparently in the building. So a full festive night here in the middle of October. Here's Omar Gordon. Gordon on the turn. Couldn't quite find Cato there at the top of the 18. Trying to play through the middle, hit the referee. We're seeing at other levels, sometimes the referee stops that when that happens.
Yeah, I think that's a new rule in Europe, that they have to have a drop ball at that moment. But interesting to see how the crowd respond. They give the referee some stick, and he's like, well, what can I do? The ball just hit me. I think as a referee, you always know that if anything goes against the home side, you're going to get a few little comments from the crowd.
It's all part of the job.
Yeah. Referees are amazing. I mean, they don't get paid a lot. They get a lot of verbal abuse from crowd, from managers definitely, from players. And yet they turn up week in and week out. I think they should get a lot of praise. So I'm not sure I'd want to do their job.
And some pressure being shown. Cato. It looked like there for RGV slip. We've seen a few players slip on this surface so far tonight. It's Coronado now on the far side. One of the few lineup changes for Gerson Echeverry tonight. Past the quarter of an hour mark already. A couple of opportunities into the area for RGV early on, forcing Cody Lorendi into a save in the opening 15 minutes. And Steve Cook said this week he wanted to dictate the tempo of this match, especially being the home side. Especially after 2 straight weekends away in Southern California. And right back here at their home stadium to close out their home slate.
Yeah, he did say we owe the fans something. It's one thing knowing that you owe the fans something. It's a different thing being able to produce it. But so far, to be fair to OKC, they've had a nice, bright start. And RGV have had their moments as well. So positive from both sides so far.
Gordon has been all over the field already as well for Energy FC. There's a Beaga, and now Callum Ross, Newcastle, England native. Flipped over the top, a good ball as Brown tries to bring it down. He will keep this in play for John Brown. Right-footed cross, it was right there at the near post. A little bit wide there on the attempt from Cordell Cato.
Brown to Brown, ball comes in. Cato nearly gets on the end of it. Defense possibly waiting a bit, but Brown here with the cross. And I think it's Carl Adams trying to sort of bend down to head it. Not so sure you should be waiting for the ball there. You need to be throwing your body forward to meet the ball, because you just opened the door there to Cato sneaking in front. And that was very, very close for the home side.
It will be a goal kick in the end, coming off Cato last. Ben Willis, 11 saves in his couple of appearances so far this season.
Yeah, just the 2 appearances. I'm sure Ben Willis will be looking to put on a good show today and see if he can't hold on to that #1 position ahead of Nicholas Corti.
More time spent on the ball here for OKC Energy as they look to find that opening goal tonight. Just 1 goal in their past 3 matches. It includes a 0-0 draw against Sacramento Republic back on September 22nd, their last home match. And of course the 2-0 loss last week. Here's Isley coming right through the middle looking for Brown, and on the turn he couldn't quite keep possession. Now Eric Bird will look to go over the top. Salazar, he's on the wrong side of the defender. Lorendi out of his goal. OKC Energy able to win possession right back.
I'm not so sure Lorendi needed to be out of his goal there. That was being taken care of by his defense. He comes out and all of a sudden there's no one in goal, but they get away with it, OKC.
Ross was asking for it there in the middle. Got to him late, and now RGV look the other way. Now RGV, they haven't had the majority of possession tonight, but they have had a few dangerous opportunities that have tested this back line.
Yeah, Carlos Small in particular. Great left foot strike that had Cody Lorendi sort of throwing his body to his left. But, hard work all round. There's no way this is an end of season match where the teams aren't trying. Both teams putting in some good effort here early on in this match.
There's Coronado. That one in the middle for Small. I mentioned that attack duo up top of Small and Salazar. They've combined for 20 goals this season. I figure they'll be a big part of this attack once again tonight.
Yes, Kevin, don't just stay there then, okay?
Look at the white shirts getting behind the ball, defending well. OKC just closing down all the channels, making it difficult to find space.
Long diagonal ball for Kevin Rodriguez. Defended by Gordon. Now it's Small trying to go on the turn. And the follow-up shot by Salazar, and this sails out of play.
It sets up nicely for Salazar. I'm just thinking he should really be making the goalkeeper work. I'm not saying he should score, but from there, yeah, he looks a little bit frustrated with himself as well, because it's set up neatly for him. Nice little play from out wide. Kevin Rodriguez tried the little 1-2, didn't come off, ball gets laid back. Look at it, it's all sitting up nicely. Yeah, you've got to keep it down and at least force the keeper, Cody Lorendi, into save of some sort.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Now Isley knocks it back for Ross. And now Gordon. Always smooth on the ball. Now he goes for goal and hit Isley, and it might have opened up there for OKC, but the shot, he just pulls it wide.
It's a good chance for Isley. He's got time to line it up there. You could see what he wanted to do, put it in the far post. Omar Gordon working really hard. His shot isn't a good one, but for Isley it just stops, hits his leg. You've got to tuck it in that post. You can just see what he's trying to do. Just aim for that far corner. It's unmarked. You can see the response of Deshaun Brown. He puts his hands on his head. He's thinking that at least should have tucked in the post. If he mishits it any worse, it actually goes to Deshaun Brown. So Isley's neither scored nor passed. He's put it between them and out for a goal kick.
I think the way the ball found him was maybe a fortuitous deflection there, as Gordon looked like his shot was going wide.
But when you get a gift like that, you've got to take it.
Now Gordon again. And Ross. Rafa Garcia, the very experienced midfielder, spending time with Las Vegas Lights along with LA Galaxy. Winning 2 MLS Cups with the Galaxy in 2012 and 14. Knocked ahead to Deshaun Brown, and it's pushed aside by Willis. Well done by the RGV keeper.
It's a good save from Ben Willis. He gets through so well to Deshaun Brown. And that's why he's such a dangerous player. Good acceleration, early shot, good save from the keeper.
And now Small, the flag stays down. Small into the middle. His shot deflected, and an easy collection for Lorendi.
Going back to that Ben Willis save, we said this is a good chance to show the manager, Gerson Echeverry, what he can do. He certainly made an excellent save there from a really good, quick strike from Deshaun Brown.
This game's starting to open up just a little bit. RGV having their opportunities, OKC as well, but looks like they want to slow it down when they can. Garcia plays it wide now for Cato. Here's Isley. Looking to advance it even more. An early cross in. Brown was there. I'm not sure if Donovan got a touch to it, but it goes over and out of play.
It's another good chance for OKC and for Deshaun Brown. He gets into great position. Ball's going to get played wide. And, oh, this is the earlier one. He hits it. See how quickly he hits it with his right foot, not his left. And this is the one that just happened now. The ball coming in. He gets there. Maybe you're right. Maybe Connor Donovan just doing enough to put him off.
It was Duval putting that cross in there for OKC. Actually made 3 appearances for RGV earlier this season. And one with the Houston Dynamo as well. 101 MLS appearances for Duval. A lot of experience in this OKC Energy side. Long diagonal ball looking for Gordon, but it was Samuels getting his head to it. Cato tracking it down. Well, he's been all over the field as well. Cato to the end line. And trying to cut it back. And cleared away only as far as Jonathan Brown. Now Gordon playing with his back to goal. He goes down, but play continues. Straight out of play it goes.
This is a good spell for OKC. A couple of chances for Deshaun Brown, Isley as well. They certainly have been dominant last 15 minutes or so after a very good start from RGV. It's been mostly OKC, and that'll please the home fans, and of course please their manager, Steve Cook.
Now Bird in the middle. That took a deflection off of RGV. It looks like Daniel Gutierrez will have the final say and send it back to OKC Energy.
You got that one right.
Yeah, referee saw that that was the wrong decision and has
Got that one right.
just given OKC the throw-in. You can hear a couple of the fans just agreeing with the referee.
Don't always get that. Rafa Garcia dropping deep, and some pressure from that top 2 of Small and Salazar. A good turn there by Brown. Now played in the middle for Cato. Back for Brown, and it was deflected away by Adams. Now RGV will look to get back the other way. Rodriguez, a little bit too far there from Salazar, but if you could hear on the field mics, Steve Cook was telling Omar Gordon he was in a good position on this near side.
Well, they've been looking very sharp up front. Omar Gordon and Deshaun Brown rather, and Isley, Cato, they've all been looking very sharp, probing, pushing. And you get the sense that if luck goes their way, they're going to get a breakthrough, because they certainly have had a few good chances.
Now Garcia wins it right back in the middle. Very active at 30 years of age.
Just comfortable play here at the back by OKC. On the ball, nice and neat. Pressure from RGV. Look at that line of black shirts, just making it difficult for them to play through, but they're being patient. They're waiting for the opportunities. And you're right, Garcia just pulling the strings there from midfield, along with Callum Ross.
And here's Jonathan Brown, acquired from Hartford Athletic, beginning of June. Gordon trying to advance the ball, but ran into Connor Donovan, the captain. And is sent all the way back downfield. Lorendi will have to come and play this over near the touchline. Tiba Harris. We talked with Steve Cook this week about this RGV side. He said they're doing well and they're pretty dynamic going forward. Having that more solidified lineup has definitely helped them as of late. Brown gets pushed off the ball. Cato trying to track it down, but RGV able to win it back. Here's Coronado.
Lovely play out the back there from RGV. They were under all sorts of pressure. Beautiful ball out, and here they are attacking at the other end.
Beckford is able to keep his feet. Smalls calling for near the penalty spot, but Garcia, he was tracking back, and he'll knock this out. It'll be a throw-in.
Beckford taking way too long. He did so well, gets himself in the box, and then you can see Carlos Small just waiting for it. It takes too long, and eventually it gets cut off. But a lovely counter attack by RGV from one end of the pitch to the other.
Started by the Jamaican, Shane Beckford. Corner was taken short. It's quickly won back by OKC Energy. And here's Samuels. Andrew Samuels, part of that 2018 title-winning Maryland Terrapin side, coached by Sasho Sarovsky. Maryland taking down Akron in the 2018 College Cup. It's won back by Deshaun Brown. Now Omar Gordon. He'll get it right back, continuing his run. Omar Gordon, it's opening up. Cutting back to his right, centering it. Deshaun Brown, he couldn't find it at his feet. It's still there at the top of the box. Here's Isley on the volley, just a little bit too tall.
Once again, good play from OKC. Isley with a shot that wasn't too far away. Omar Gordon with a fantastic run earlier through the middle. And they really have threatened, haven't they? There's that shot. That's only about a couple of feet above the crossbar. And you can see Ben Willis having to really stretch to make sure that didn't dip in. But before that, we saw a wonderful run there from Omar Gordon, bursting through the middle and nearly getting a strike on goal. And even Deshaun Brown had a crack at it as well. So some really good play in attack from OKC in the last 20 minutes or so.
Trying to find that first tally in a few weeks. They did score one against Los Dos on the road. It was 2 weeks ago, but Los Dos came back with 5 unanswered goals in that match. And here's Rodriguez. Small coming out to this near right side. It was headed away. And now maybe a counterattack. Here's Isley. Didn't have too many white jerseys coming forward.
You're right, they were defending in numbers, OKC, so he was just trying to hold play up, allow the others to join him, and the ball eventually went out. But now they're comfortably in possession, and that's part of the modern game, is you get as many numbers as you can behind the ball. When you win it, you've got to push up as quickly as you can. And of course, not always possible. A, because sometimes you're just too tired, and B, because it all happens too quickly.
Gordon just getting a flick on it. Knocks out a play as Brown was fighting for it. Now Jonathan Brown throws it in.
Very tidy play by OKC, by both sides to be fair, but I think OKC have been the more dominant in this game so far. Tidy play in the back and nice probing efforts in midfield, and you probably would say that OKC deserve a goal, and maybe even RGV too. Such has been the quality of their attacking play.
You maybe feel like this is kind of playing out how both coaches thought it would. OKC with more of the possession, but RGV some opportunities on the counter. But now it's Cordell Cato. His cross goes all the way through, and then Coronado just has to knock it out of play.
Good play there, absolutely brilliant from Cordell Cato, and he's put the ball across into such a danger area. He's got every right to ask the question, where's my strikers in the box? I've done all the hard work. I've put it there for you. Where are you? And Deshaun Brown just wasn't quite there. He was short. One or two other white shirts were just looking on there, including Christian Isley. They really should have been more committed to get themselves in that box, and then they would have got the breakthrough goal.
Here is Rafa Garcia. Attempt his first corner kick of the match for OKC Energy. Swung in towards the back post. Ross was up for it along with Isley, and I think they clashed heads. along with Isidro Martinez. Like Isley back to his feet fairly quickly. Martinez, he's still down.
I think he probably was a sandwich in the middle of the two white shirts there, but it seemed more like bodies collided than anything else, but it's always dangerous. There's a lot of bravery goes into going up for the ball there. You can see throwing their bodies into that. Callum Ross over the top of Isley. Have a look at it again. Up goes Callum Ross. Isley gets hit in the head. Callum Ross goes over the back. Martinez goes down as well. But commitment from both sides. That's what I was saying. It's not an end of season match where these players are trying to sort of get off the park and get home. They're putting in a really good afternoon's effort, and you can see exactly how much they're prepared to get stuck in by all three of them getting hurt there.
I think this is an apt time to tell you that this week U.S. Soccer and Think Taylor are working to promote concussion education during Concussion Awareness Week from October 6th through the 15th. The two organizations are asking everyone to take the hashtag TT Pledge, an oath that everyone involved with the game become more aware of concussion symptoms and recovery. Visit recognizetorecover.org for more information.
The referee's just going to drop the ball, and if he's waiting to see what the managers are going to do in terms of players coming on and off the pitch, and then he says, right, drop ball, and protocol often is just to give the ball back to the team who had it originally. And so play goes on. Martinez, good to see him back on the pitch.
See Ross jogging back on as well. Both teams here back at full strength. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Still looking for that opening tally tonight. There's been chances both ways, but both goalkeepers have made pretty good saves early on. Now Adams coming up to get a deflection and keep it. A long ball over the top and headed away by Duval. Trying to come centrally. Once again cleared away. Beckford trying to win it back and eventually does. Still Beckford weaving in and out of defenders. And now Martinez goes down on the challenge by Rafael Garcia. A free kick here for RGV.
There could have been any one of two free kicks there to be given. One after the other there. So neither nasty at all, but mistimed tackles. Referee just having a word saying, be careful. Good situation here for RGV. Just, 10, 12 yards outside the box. Whip it in at an angle. You've got some big players getting in the box there. You can see Connor Donovan getting ready to throw his body into the mix. A decent ball in there could cause OKC all sorts of problems.
Coronado standing over it. Looks like Martinez there as well. Now it's just Coronado. He'll play it right into the middle. Like Ibeaga was up to head it away. And Gordon will head this forward, trying to use his speed. Well done there by Omar Gordon. The job not done, however, yet. Played all the way through. Cato will try to track this down, and he does. Now a player down here for OKC. The cross deflected. And Coronado will look to clear this away.
That was Omar Gordon who went down. As he was passing the ball, he got hit on his ankle, I presume. And he went down, and you know he's hurt because it was an attacking move. He could have been on the receiving end of a cross and scored, and instead he lay on the ground. So that's when you know for certain that a player is hurt, and we hope it's nothing serious.
Gordon asking now for the trainers to come on.
He did really well. That counter-attack all happened because of his pace down that wing. But as he goes to pass it, watch it coming now. There is the lunge, and he just catches his back ankle as he's going down. Nothing sinister about it from Kevin Rodriguez, but just a clash of ankles and I think a bit of a twist there possibly for Omar Gordon. He would be a big loss to OKC. He's been very bright in this game.
He came off the bench last week against Orange County, trying to provide a spark into the attack. He did do a little bit of that out on the wing. We've seen what he is capable of here tonight using his speed.
But good to see him up. He gets a nice little applause from the home crowd for his commitment to the cause.
Come on now, here we go.
Has to come off the pitch. Once you bring the trainers on, you have to leave the pitch, and then you can re-enter it once play begins. With that possession, 60-40 in favor of the home side. Nice bright start from RGV, but since then, to be fair, it's mostly been OKC, and they've been very close. Certainly, I would have thought on the weight of averages might have even deserved a goal by now.
Now Brown will bring it forward. We get that opening goal here before halftime. Rodriguez is behind Salazar. Atiba Harris gets a touch to it. And he'll bring it into the midfield. And he'll keep coming. Cordell Cato trying to go through the middle. Eric Bird was there to intercept. Now it's Rodriguez. Small is ahead of him. They'll find Salazar. So RGV look to build the attack.
Excellent. Well done, boys. Good.
They're getting some encouragement there from the sideline, and they need that RGV. They've been under quite a bit of pressure for a good 20 minutes or so. They need to dominate the play now and see if they can create their own opportunities.
Rimando knocks it down for Salazar. It's Deshaun Brown tracking back. Looking to get Gordon back in some space. Using that speed. Heavy touch. Can he keep it in play? Doesn't look like he can.
Well, he is positive, Omar Gordon. You've got to give him that. The effort, the driving at the defense. And every once in a while, you're going to overrun the ball. That's part of it. But he really has been a real threat down that left-hand side for OKC.
Tune in to ESPN3 Saturday, October 19th at 3 Eastern for a special game of the week to close out the 2019 season. A home playoff match is at stake when Real Monarchs host Sacramento Republic. The winner hosts a playoff match with a loser, potentially goes to the play-in game. Catch all the drama Saturday, October 19th at 3 Eastern on ESPN3. It's all going to come down to the final weekend for a lot of seeding and the last few places in the playoffs as well in both conferences.
Yeah, St. Louis last night losing at home in the Eastern Conference, and that opens up the door to Birmingham Legion and Charleston Battery. So it's going to be a sweaty last week there for those three teams. And here in the Western, New Mexico United are still hoping to make it.
Small switches the field. Opportunity opening up. The backheel pass. Coronado now back into the middle looking for Beckford, and this one deflects out for a corner kick.
Good play from RGV. Nice and purposeful in that box, just looking for a gap, and OKC defending really well. Now the visitors have the corner, but just to finish the conversation, New Mexico United looking to make it in there. Las Vegas Lights, I believe, still have a chance if they can get a couple of wins back-to-back. So plenty of excitement to come.
And earlier today, Loudoun getting a 2-1 win over Charleston on the road. So Loudoun playing spoiler here as of late. Ball sent in. John Brown clears it away. A souvenir for a fan. Well, he has to give it back, not like a foul ball in baseball.
It's expensive. Soccer balls can't just be given away.
Long switch of the field. Cutting into the middle, the shot on goal, and Lorendi was there. He's been there quite a bit this season.
It's a decent shot. It's at the goalkeeper. You'd expect him to save it. Clean pair of hands, but it's a positive effort from way outside the box. And that's what RGV need more of. They started well. They haven't sort of disappeared in attack for most of the first half. And as we come towards the end of it, we see a little bit more of them. And in the second half, they're going to be hoping for a much better performance, RGV.
Isley was able to keep it in play.
It was not out. It was not out. It was not out.
Hear the conversation with the fourth official.
It was not out. It didn't look like it was out either. So the play goes on.
1 minute to go here in regular time. in this first 45 minutes. Cato playing it wide for Duval, and he gets it right back. Now Ross for Gordon. And taken away, Eric Bird in a spring free in attack. Jonathan Brown tracking back, and he is fouled.
Well, as the first half comes to a close, you've got to say some lovely play from both sides. The majority of it from OKC, but early on, RGV looked really sharp. Goalkeepers have had to work on both sides, both Grande and Willis with a couple of decent saves each. So anything this game has missed so far is goals. Otherwise, it's been really good performance.
We'll see who can break the deadlock here in the second half. And we'll get 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first 45 minutes. Played forward is looking, looked like for Small. This will run all the way out for a goal kick.
Yeah, RGV started well. They were playing to feet. They were creative around that OKC box, but after about 10-15 minutes of the game, they really have been a little bit shoddy with their passing, with their creative play. They haven't been able to bring their strikers into it. Salazar and Carlos Small, both with 10 goals each. You'd want to give them really good service. Hasn't happened much for RGV in this first half.
Randy will put his foot through this. Up over 100 saves, the most in the USL Championship.
It's not always a good thing when you're making the most saves. It means your defender is allowing a lot of strikes on goal. But I'm sure Cody Lorendi will be happy to make those saves. He's such a solid goalkeeper, very reliable.
Now Brown. I'm trying to find a window to cross. It was deflected, and it just has to be put out of play. No nonsense defending from Donovan. Now Cato. Brown puts his right foot through it, looking for Deshaun Brown. It falls for Callum Ross. It hits the post. Oh, he wasn't far away.
Wow, what a strike that was. Beautifully set up. He's just smiling because he knows how close he came.
Trying to put it right back in play, and another save coming there from Willis. The shot's coming on target here in the past few seconds.
Should have had a goal by now. Both goalkeepers have been either lucky with shots hitting the post, or they've had to make some great saves.
Garcia again. He'll take his time and swing this in towards the back post. Defender went down in the box, but this is headed away by Eric Bird for another throw-in. RGV just trying to get to halftime, I think, at this point. Ball thrown in, out of the way by Adams. The top of the box again, looking for that top left corner, but this time it goes out of play. Callum Ross.
We just caught him grinning a moment. He was so close with that second one, but even closer with the first. How good to hit that on the half volley. What a goal. That would have been one of the goals of the season. And that one was also a great strike with the right foot. So one with the right foot. Was that a save from the keeper? I think it might have been. I think Ben Willis might have got a touch to that. And if he did, then that's the save of the match so far.
Both keepers have made some big saves, but no goals to talk about through the first 45 minutes. We have hit halftime here from Oklahoma City. Maybe we'll get some more goals to talk about in the second half, but the goalkeeper's the story here in the first 45.
Yeah, both of them were good saves. Ben Willis, and I think he did get a fingertip on that last one from Callum Ross, and Cody Lorendi, good saves. Yeah, applause from the fans. So both sides, they've both been positive. Both have had some really good moments in attack, some good goalkeeping. And as I say, all the match is really missing is a few goals to really bring it to life. But great performances, or very decent performances, from both sides in the first half.
So 45 minutes down, 45 to go. It's OKC Energy 0 and RGV 0. Come back for halftime here from Taft Stadium.
The mission of the Central Oklahoma Humane Society is to stop euthanasia of healthy adoptable animals in Oklahoma City. For us, it's all about connections. We connect between adopters and fosters, we connect internally, and we connect with our donors and our community. Cox Business helps us make those connections. Our organization has Cox Business high-speed internet and the IP-Centrix managed phone system. It really has made a difference. They're always reliable.
Goals are something we outline for ourselves, and oftentimes they can be pretty lofty. When things begin to line up the way we think they should, we appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Mercy helps the energy get to the top of their game. We can help you get to the top of yours.
Halftime here, and Perd Hapley is on the field here at Taft Stadium. There was plenty going on around the Western Conference here in the USL Championship yesterday. Let's go find out what's been going on this weekend.
Strepo, some room right down the middle, trying to play down the line. Guzman in, he shoots, and he scores! Down the middle again, Guzman trying to split the center backs, tries to chip it, and it's in the net, his second goal! Strepo playing it across, skips through, and a hat trick for Guzman! Oh my goodness!
Here's Santi Moore inside the area, and he shoots, and it's a goal. And it's Devon Sandoval from a yard out, his 11th of the season. It is the Roughnecks 1, New Mexico United 1. It's Yanu Silva up against 3, been driven wide through the legs of 1, and he wins it. Yanu Silva has just won the game for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Drama here at One Oak.
A foul in the box, and it's a penalty. Furious with the call, but Fresno will get the penalty kick. Here's the captain, Juan Pablo Caffa, and they go ahead in the 86th minute, and the Foxes celebrate with their fans. Across a header, and the equalizer in stoppage time. LA Galaxy 2 keeps their playoff hopes alive. Ball across, it's in, and it is 2-0. Now the lights really up against us. Las Vegas will stay put below the line. And it's Reno going on the road to their southern rivals and getting a 2-0 victory. Here's Eni Volta now, and it's back, and it's still played around, and it's Warner with a chance. Here's a follow-up, and we are tied in Sacramento. Campbell Owasso with a brace. Ball-driven chance for Orange County, and they now scored the third goal tonight. Unbelievable.
Wait, good ball in. Lubin spills it, and it's not in. Disastrous mistake from Lubin, and the Monarchs have surely stolen all 3 points from Phoenix Rising, and they have stunned the regular season champions. For the first time in 17 matches, Phoenix will suffer a loss at home.
these experiences are new. And the new experience is always the most exciting because it's something that you've never been a part of before. And I think that's one of the biggest draws of Greenville is to come in and to be a part of the beginning of something great.
Well, Greenville has officially been awarded a professional soccer team.
There is a big soccer presence in the upstate, and they just needed a team to rally behind. It's like, oh wow, like this is actually, this is real. And I still didn't really grasp how big it was going to be.
Racing the other way. Cuts it back. Good look. Shot coming. And in Carlos Gomez, his 4th in 2 matches. And does that seal the deal on the 3 points for the triumph?
A club is more than just the players, coaches, and front office. It's the fans. It's a whole club. We're new. No one really knows what we're about. They don't know, what we have to offer, and showing them that we offer more than just 90 minutes a week, on a Friday or Saturday night, says everything.
He's going to go at goal. Shot and a goal! That has to be on the goal of the week.
Now getting the time. Sam Warner, the beauty.
Goal! Lula with the bicycle!
Oh, can you see that coming?
Great save by Putton on the goal line.
And Taylor with a beautiful strike. Are you kidding?
Halftime here from Taft Stadium. OKC Energy 0, RGV 0 as well, as we get into our news and notes from around the USL Championship. And of course, at the top of the Eastern Conference, Pittsburgh and Nashville, they have those top 2 seats locked up. They can still flip-flop, but those will be the top seats. And of course, out west, still plenty of chances to get into the playoffs for 4 teams.
Yeah, excitement in both of them, and in the East, still St. Louis and Birmingham and Charleston Battery battling it out. 2 from those 3 will go through and be in the playoffs along with Pittsburgh and Nashville.
Of course, USL League One expansion, Inter Miami and New England Revolution getting a couple of teams into that league next season. But upcoming, plenty of interesting Western Conference matchups this week, including OKC Energy going on the road to Phoenix, but there will be a lot of playoff spots decided in the other 3.
Certainly will. New Mexico United at home to Tacoma Defiance. You would expect New Mexico to pick up 3 points there. And if they do, that might have a little say on whether they make it through to the playoffs or not. Portland Timbers have an outside chance, I still believe. And so still lots of points to play for. And of course, OKC, wouldn't it be a nice way to end the season after all the disappointment of not making the playoffs, to go and beat the #1 team in both the East and West, and of course, that is Phoenix.
So halftime here from Taft Stadium. 0-0 is our score. We'll be back with highlights and stats along with the second half right after this.
Outlining your own destiny is something we all take pride in. And knowing we're doing what we love is what makes this life adventure so exciting. Isn't it nice to have a banking partner that's along for the ride? FFB makes life easier with a simple click and snap, so things like mobile banking and deposits can be done anywhere, anytime. Plus free bill pay, person-to-person transfers, and Apple Pay. With free ATMs worldwide, why wouldn't you want a bank that gives you this much freedom? FFB. We go where you go.
Mercy helps the energy get to the top of their game. We can help you get to the top of yours.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Halftime here from Oklahoma City, 0-0 between Energy FC and RGV. Let's get into our halftime highlights. They are presented by Mercy. No goals to show you about, but plenty of good goalkeeping in this first half. And the first opportunity match came for the roadside.
Yeah, Carlos Small with a very, very decent strike there. The Cody Lorraine does well to get behind and push it away from danger. And then it switches down the other end of the park. And it's big Omar Gordon who gets a knockdown. Isley trying to get his feet clear, and that's just blocked by the New Zealand defender Kyle Adams. So chances at both ends early on, and then Omar Gordon, what a good first half here, attacking, going at the attack and trying to cause problems. And there it just runs for Isley, and you're thinking you've got to hit that far corner, and he misses it.
So close there for Isley, but there would be more opportunities that would come. Be sparked there by Omar Gordon. Ahead for Deshaun Brown, and his shot saved away by Willis.
Good save from Willis. That shot was early, very early from Deshaun Brown, and he had a little half chance there as well. And then a little moment here for Isley, sets up the midfield man, Callum Ross, and he hits the post. I think the keeper might just have got a touch on that. And then moments later comes back to Callum Ross, and with the other foot, half volley, he nearly hits the target again. Two fantastic strikes, but no goals.
So now let's get into our halftime stats. They're provided by Mercy. At Mercy, your life is our life's work. Learn more at mercy.net/energy sports. Plenty of shots in that first half, and OKC Energy, they dictated the possession as well.
Yeah, 60-40. They were certainly the more dominant team in the first half, but it's shots on target that really count. Both sides even in that respect. But OKC with more efforts, and I think the better of the two teams in the first half. But now it's all down to the second half.
We'll see if we can find a goal to split the two sides here tonight. The opening huddle are both of these sides. As we get set to start this second half, we'll tell you Mercy is the Energy's official medical provider and the presenting partner for tonight's match. At Mercy, your life is our life's work. Learn more at mercy.net/energy sports. So it's RGV and they're all black kits, OKC Energy and they're all white kits. They'll switch ends. We've seen some good goalkeeping, but now can we see some good finishing? And there's a look at little Sebastian. If you've watched Parks and Recreation, you'll know him quite well. It was the Harvest Festival night here at Taft Stadium. Heard happily also in the stadium, if you've heard. So here we go, getting set for the second half. What are you looking for here at the beginning of the second 45?
Well, as you said, just a little bit more sharpness around the goals. There's been no goals, although there's been some fantastic goalkeeping. But there's been good play from both sides. It's been entertaining. There's been a lot of effort put in. But now we want to see the ball hit the back of the net and give us really something to get excited about in this final home match for OKC.
Trying to end this season on a high note for both of these sides. We'll see if Deshaun Brown can get some opportunities in front of goal. The leading goal scorer for this side. He will be the one to touch this ball first in this second 45 minutes. It's the last 45 minutes at Taft Stadium here in 2019. I'm just waiting for the whistle of our referee, Daniel Gutierrez. There it is, underway here in the second 45 minutes from Taft Stadium. OKC Energy FC and RGV. For Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. As we settle in here for this second half in Oklahoma City. These two teams just separated by 3 points in the standings. That is just one place in the standings. OKC in 14th, RGV in 15th.
And again, I'll say what I said first half. These two teams are better than that. Yes, it's been a tough season for Steve Cook and injuries, and he was telling us he had a player lost in a car crash. He's had 5 knee surgeries to his players and a whole ton of international call-ups. It's not easy, but they're such good players and good teams that I really expect them to do way better next season. Right now, though, they have to sign off with style, especially OKC at home, and I thought they had a very good first half. Lots of chances, nothing went in, but some lovely play up front, and especially Omar Gordon, who was super positive in attack.
As we kind of talked about before this match started, RGV, a little bit of a younger team. OKC Energy, a little bit more experience in the side. Maybe something to build on for RGV going into next season. Into the middle for Gordon. He's able to bring it down. A little flick, but it's cleared away. It looked like Donovan was the one to do so. Oh, OKC looked to bring it forward again. Atiba Harris was the one to start that attack again.
You did make a very good point about age. OKC are certainly built to win some titles because they're all sort of 27 all the way through to 34 years of age. So they're really at the sort of mature part of their game and able to cope with pressure and win big tournaments. For RGV, the average age is a lot closer to 24, maybe 25 maximum. So perhaps Gerson Echeverry there building a team for the future and potentially a very good team for the future.
And of course, RGV with their partnership with the Houston Dynamo as well. You could see some of these players potentially playing in MLS in the near future as well.
And that's also part of what makes it difficult for RGV is that they've got two jobs. One is obviously to do well in the league, the other one to produce players. And so that could take their focus off the playoffs every once in a while. But having said that, there's enough talent, and these are not kids. These are not 17, 18-year-olds. These are 22, 23-year-olds. In European terms, that's considered an experienced, mature-ish player. So RGV should be able to do both, produce players and make the playoffs.
Gordon trying to play it inside. Adams was alert to it. Now it's Coronado. RGV patient on the ball here to start this second half. We saw both sides get plenty of chances. It was a pretty open first half. OKC Energy were content to take some time on the ball, as RGV are doing now. But both sides had their chances, and both goalkeepers were put to some good use. Looked like Duval got the last touch to it. There's Coronado again. Missed touch, and you can hear a compliment there for Rafa Garcia from the sideline. Another throw in here for RGV. And going back to last week, Steve Cook says his defense was way too easily beaten on both of the goals. He said you really need to lead the attackers in areas they don't want to go to, but the pressure just wasn't quite there. And it was two very well taken goals by Orange County last week, but OKC on the other side, they couldn't get anything going into the attack. Much different than what they have going tonight.
Yeah, they are much, much better tonight. And yes, he did say that, Stephen, he's spot on. They were very poor for both goals. Forrester beating Watson way too easily for the first one. And Joe Amico dribbles in the box for the second. So I'm sure they looked at the tapes and came back and thought, no, defending needs to improve a lot. But certainly in attack, they've been way sharper, OKC. And love the runs Omar Gordon's made and the touches from Christian Isley. And he really, to be fair, should have scored. The shot from Omar Gordon that hit him and sort of fell at his feet. He's got to tuck that away. And then this is a whole different game. And that's been the frustrations of this season. The ball just really hasn't been falling for OKC the way they would have wanted.
And these last 6 games have really not gone according to plan. They were right in the thick of things in the playoff picture. Maybe even were in a position to fight for one of those higher seeds to host a playoff match, but 6 games winless, and they find themselves on the outside looking in ahead of these 2019 playoffs.
That can make a big difference. And Pittsburgh, I'll tell you that. It was about 3-4 weeks ago, Pittsburgh was sitting in 5th or 6th. And within a couple of weeks, they were sitting first. So, you know, because they were unbeaten in 9 matches, that's what you got to do. Put a whole bunch of wins and draws together, and you can fly up the table. Conversely, as OKC have shown, you get beat 4 times out of 5, and the other one's a draw. That's 1 point from 50, and you tumble down the table.
Trying to find Gordon down this right side, and it trickles out of play. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce the championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Ben Willis, a couple of good saves first half, will have impressed his manager. And who knows, he might get to play a lot more than the 2 games he's had so far this season. He looks very impressive.
Played for the Seattle Sounders under-23 side last season. It's a team that has produced players such as Jordan Morris, DeAndre Yedlin, among others. Darwin Jones, who's also playing in the USL Championship. Trying to go quick on the restart, and Duval was able to intercept, and now he's charging down this right flank. And pushed off the ball by Eric Bird.
It was a great run there, wasn't it, by Duval, and then he sort of just ran out of direction and steam before he could pass the ball to somebody else. But lovely bit of counter-attack football from the right fullback.
As RGV look forward now. It's Small. Small will get it back into the middle. Switch to this near side. It's Rodriguez. Coming back to his right foot, going for goal. A big deflection. Grande was already going the other way, but this goes out. And looks like a corner kick it will be for RGV.
Tiba Harris saying it went out for a throw-in, but his foot, the ball was on target, his foot clears the ball, and it was hard to see whether it went out for a corner or not, but it looked like Cody Lorendi had the shot covered, but you never know. So good defending.
Now an in-swinger upcoming for RGV. And we'll send this all the way in. It's headed away and then cleared away. Gordon providing some pressure. We've seen his speed tonight. Knockback for Willis. Not the easiest ball to deal with, but he does well.
He does very well, the goalkeeper. That jumped up on him and he chested it down and played it to his center back. That was really calm goalkeeping play under a lot of pressure.
It'll be tough on this turf. It can take some big hops. And Willis played that very nicely, especially with the man charging right at him.
Yeah, everything he's been asked to do so far, Ben Willis, he has done well. 23 years of age, has a really good future ahead of him. Goalkeepers last way into their 30s.
A throw-in one now by OKC Energy, trying to get something by Ben Willis tonight, but he's been, as you said, very good in goal.
I'm saying they can play well into their 30s. If you want to look after your body, who knows, you could do a Gigi Buffon and go into your early 40s. He's still playing for Italy at international level. And for Juventus, of course.
You don't see that every day. And of course, Tim Howard and Nick Rimando, their last season in MLS. 2 U.S. men's national team goalkeepers that have really been staples in goal for a very long time here in MLS in the United States. There's Tim Howard in a few World Cups as well.
Talking about a very, very good goalkeeper, Tim Howard. Manchester United, Everton for many years, and I think the more American players that can put between 5 and 10 years under their belt at the top level in Europe, it's going to only help the American national team.
And of course, Christian Pulisic in his first season at Chelsea.
And then who else? Maybe the Weston McKennies of the world.
Yes, in the Bundesliga.
But you need a lot of players. If somebody injured and they just knocked the ball out, yeah, you need 15, 20 players playing in Europe, not just 4 or 5. But let's see what the problem is here and hope it's not too serious.
Looks like that is Deshaun Brown who is down, the leading goal scorer for this Energy FC side.
It's hard to see what happened. Maybe we can see on the replay. There he is, and oh, there he just gets a shoulder in the face. Oh, yeah, a pure accident there from Coronado. But those can leave you with a bit of a headache and a bit of a feeling of concussion when you get hit that hard by a solid shoulder or an elbow.
He's back on his feet.
And that was good of RGV, just knocked the ball out. They had possession, so I assume their possession is going to be given back to RGV, and rightly so.
Of course, we're in this international window, and OKC missing a few players because of it. And just getting knocked down right at the top of the box with Salazar. Isley. Looking for Callum Ross. I think he's really been a welcome addition to this starting lineup here tonight.
Well, he had two wonderful shots towards the end of that first half. The one hit the post with perhaps the help of the fingers of Ben Willis. And the other one was a half volley with the left foot that was screaming towards the top corner and just went over the top. Two fantastic efforts.
Both probably would have been up for goal of the week had they found the back of the net. Well, nearly at the hour mark, and still no goals to tell you about. There's Coronado. In the middle for Rodriguez. Another couple players collide. Now played forward, opening up for Rodriguez, but Atiba Harris quickly closed that down. Now it's Small. Small's cutting in his shot. Took a deflection. Ross will look to clear it away, only as far as Small, but he's unable to keep it in.
A little bit of pressure from RGV. They needed something, and they certainly had OKC backpedaling for a couple of moments there. Yep. Justin Echeverry will be happy with that because he hasn't seen too much in attack from his team after the first very good 10 minutes. It's been almost all OKC. So that's something to give the RGV fans something to shout about.
Gonna play through the middle, but given away, and now RGV can look forward. I mentioned it earlier, but this bench for OKC Energy features just 3 outfield players. On the other side for RGV, a full bench for Gerson Echeverry if he wants to use it at some point tonight. Isley look to keep this in play, but and he will. Now played in the middle looking for Cato. Brown was making the run as well. Knocked down for Garcia. Trying to find Gordon, and he does. Now looking to go over the top. This one will roll over the touchline.
Well played by Andrew Samuels there, sort of going as if to kick the ball. And then no pressure put on him, so eventually he can let it run out for a goal kick. Good defensive play. So we come to that final third of the match where you say, well, who wants it the most? So far, it seems to be OKC in front of their home fans. But the points are up for grabs here for either side.
The last time these two teams met, it was all the way back on April 13th. It's quite a while ago. A 2-1 win for RGV. It was Salazar and Enriquez scoring the goals for the Toros. So that shows these teams are capable of scoring goals against each other. See if we get one here tonight.
Well, they've come close. Both goalkeepers with good saves. One hit the post from Callum Ross, so could easily have been 2-1 already for OKC, you would think, because they've had more chances. But there's still 30 minutes left for something to happen.
Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. All played centrally. Flicked along and kept in play. It's Kevin Rodriguez. Isidro Martinez. Carlos Small. Coronado. Through the legs of Duval. Rodriguez into the box. Rodriguez, a shot blocked. And Lorendi off his line and able to hop on top of it.
Good little bit of play from Rodriguez there. Nice touch in the box. Nearly created something. Well, if he took a bit of a knock in the process. That's much better from RGV. We haven't seen enough of them going forward, and they're just beginning to reassert themselves in this match. And as RGV stopped for OKC when they had an injury, they're now doing exactly the same now that RGV have an injury to Kevin Rodriguez. I just noticed how Carlos Small was quite deep there in that move, and you probably need Carlos Small pushed higher up. He's the goal scorer. Let's have a look and see how this injury came about. Good little skills in the box. Oh, the ball, I think the ball bounced straight back in his face. And yep, that's what it is. It's a ball in the face, and that can be very painful. Maybe he's feeling a little bit dizzy. It's you've only got to get hit with a ball in your face when it's really hot, when the ball's close by and it's coming at a pace, and it can leave you stunned and dizzy for a good few minutes. And I think that's probably what Kevin Rodriguez is feeling at the moment. All the other players are very grateful to grab a little either sustenance or water or whatever else they need.
It looks like we will get the first sub of the match. It is Derek Gebhard to come on, and that is the Freaky Fast substitution sponsored by Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is proud to support the OKC Energy Football Club. Order a Freaky Fresh sandwich today at jimmyjohns.com or on their app. So Rafael Garcia will be the one to make way. His return from injury lasts just over an hour. So Derek Gebhard will come on. He played for El Paso earlier this season, scoring 2 goals and an assist.
Carlos Small getting ready to play the ball back, because it was in OKC's possession when they knocked it out for the injury. He's going to play it back to them, and then we proceed.
So you feel maybe an attack-minded substitution here by Steve Cook, an attacking player for more of a holding midfielder we saw in Garcia tonight.
Yeah, and you get the sense that OKC are, because they're at home, because they've had the better of the game so far, that they're the ones who have to go and dominate. They have to take the risk, maybe throw a few extra bodies forward. So I think it's the right decision by Steve Cook, and certainly he'll be hoping it produces some dividends in the way of a goal.
There's Gebhard. Coronado able to get around to Sean Brown and keep possession for his side.
Good pressure from OKC. Look at the white top sort of swarming all over those in possession in black, but well done to RGV for playing through the high press.
It's Coronado. Beckford to his left. Instead he came centrally, and it's cleared away. Martinez. It's Bird. Right back for Isidro Martinez. 7 assists this season, Martinez does.
Good football, RGV. Nice passing to feet, accurate passing. Keeping that possession just.
Out of play, and Isley will look to spring to Sean Brown free. Cato's in the middle. Cordell Cato, and it's saved by Willis. What a save. Willis coming off his line, and Cato denied on the doorstep.
Brilliant save, goalkeeper. Cato can't believe it. Look at his face. He must have thought that was in the back of the net. Sean Brown doing absolutely brilliantly to set that up early. Very clever early throw, by the way. Sean Brown holds it up, he finds Cato. He puts the ball right in his path. He knocks it past the keeper. He's about to turn and celebrate, and the keeper's left foot makes a vital save.
Just a tremendous save by the Gonzaga Bulldog in goal tonight for RGV. Omar Gordon takes the corner. And it's headed away. Still there at the top of the box, and then finally cleared towards midfield.
What is it going to take for OKC to score? The goalkeeper's made 2 or 3 fantastic saves. They've hit the post. Their fans must be scratching their heads saying that sort of sums up their recent few weeks. Nothing seems to be going for the home side.
This one runs over the touchline.
You can't go past them.
Some instructions by Gerson Echeverry. Looked like intended for Kyle Adams. Gebhard trying to turn the corner. Wide for Ross. Keeps it in play. There's Duval behind him. He gets tripped up, and that's a free kick.
Silly free kick to give away, isn't it? In that situation there, they were going nowhere, OKC. Now it's a set piece. And Deshane Beckford, maybe just stand up and hold the player up. Don't give away that opportunity now, because you can get all the big boys forward if you're OKC. Decent cross in the box, and it could be the breakthrough the home side have been looking for.
So here is Gordon. He stands over it. Gordon clips it in. RGV got ahead to it first. Rodriguez, he might be able to run out on this counterattack. Rodriguez doing it all by himself. Salazar to his left. And a little bit too far for Salazar on the counter. It was well worked there by Kevin Rodriguez.
Certainly was, and Salazar's so frustrated. He'd run all the way up there and watch Kevin Rodriguez brilliantly bring the ball into a great position, only for the final pass to be off target. Otherwise, it would have been a wonderful counter-attack.
Back the other way, it's OKC Energy, but the ball runs out of play for a throw-in. About 22 minutes to go, plus stoppage time tonight. Here's Duval. Looking to go long for Gordon. Not enough field on the near side.
He went long, he just didn't go accurately long. The idea was good, execution not that great. This is important, just over 20 minutes as you say. Now it's about, as the teams tire and make mistakes, it's about capitalizing on the opposition's mistakes and taking the opportunities that come your way. Which team will it be who comes out on top?
Here's Beckford. And a turn in field. Beckford to his right foot, through the legs. A great save by Lorendi. Just sticking out that right paw and putting it out for a corner.
Another good save. What a good strike from Beckford. He comes inside, opens up his angle, hits it very quickly. But Cody Lorendi does brilliant to push it out. I thought he'd sneaked it in. Have a look. Looks like it's going in, and the keeper gets down really well with a strong right arm to push it out and for a corner. Top-class goalkeeping.
Like it went through the legs there of Atiba Harris and Beckford. No, that was a great opportunity. Headed on and into the corner. RGV at the opening goal from a corner kick. And it's the roadside who cracked the scoreboard first tonight, and it looks like it's the captain, Connor Donovan.
Well, we said who was going to step up and take the opportunity. Connor Donovan stepped up. And from a set piece where they nearly scored, but for Lorendi's excellent save, he gets the header. Where's the marking? Let's have a look. Good ball in. Oh, he gets up, doesn't he? Has a running jump at that and gets above Atiba Harris and gets the header in. That's a fantastic header. Look at the climb from Connor Donovan. Absolutely brilliant. Out jumps Atiba Harris, and they're 1-0 up.
That is goal number 1 on the season for Connor Donovan, and it comes at a great time here in the 70th minute. 20 minutes to go. It's 1-0 to RGV, looking for their first road win since April.
And again, another tough day at the office for OKC. Played some good football. Had some great chances to have scored. Hasn't happened, and a set piece, and they're 1-0 down. Now, what can they do? Can they claw themselves back into this match?
Cato. And Ross distributes wide for Jonathan Brown. And misplayed there on the far side by Gebhard.
Over here? Yes. There? No.
They've got to keep their heads up, OKC. They've got to keep going. There's 19 plus minutes or thereabouts left. And they've had their chances, no question about that. They've been creative up front. And to be fair, Ben Willis has made 2 wonderful saves. That last one, just a few minutes before the goal was scored from Cordell Cato, that should have been OKC 1-0 up. So the home side have just got to believe that they can get that breakthrough.
A through ball for Gebhard on the far side. He cuts in. Gebhard, the substitute, coming in the middle. Did it take a deflection? It doesn't look like it did, and it's out for a goal kick.
Good run from Gebhard. I just wonder if the final ball should have been to somebody in a better position. The opportunity gets lost.
And a substitution for RGV. Looks like it's Deshane Beckford who will come off. Juan Carlos Obregon will come on, the 21-year-old. Signed in September with RGV and gets an appearance here tonight for the Toros.
Beckford doing well. They had a few good chances. His manager gives him a thanks and a cuddle and maybe just a discussion as to what he could have done better on the other side. But to be fair, I thought Cody Lorendi made an absolutely brilliant save there. And that's what stopped Beckford from being on the score sheet.
So Obregon, he makes his 3rd appearance here tonight as RGV just look for their 2nd road win on the season, their first since the end of April against Portland Timbers 2. At the same time, OKC Energy looking for their first home win in quite some time as well. They have won in their last 10. It did come against Austin Bold on August 24th. It was a 4-2 win on that night for OKC Energy against Austin.
Oh, they were looking so good early on in the season, weren't they? OKC seemed to be all going their way, and a playoff position looked almost a certainty, but it's been a rough September. In particular, the month of September has been horrendous for Steve Cook and company. It doesn't look like October's getting any better, does it?
Well, it doesn't, and especially with Phoenix Rising coming up next, that will not be an easy trip to the desert.
Just looking back at that goal from Connor Donovan, that's an example for anyone who plays in a centre-back position of how to attack a high ball. He got himself a good 4 or 5 yard run, took off, and his leap was massive. He was way above anybody else, including Atiba Harris. And it wasn't like Atiba didn't jump high. He did. It was just that Connor Donovan got a massive leap. And that's what got him high above everybody else and able to get his head on the ball. What a fantastic example of a header, a good header from a set piece.
And Donovan scoring his first goal of the season. Couldn't have come at a better time here for RGV tonight. Gordon trying to battle for that ball, but it's Small who eventually comes away with it. Can RGV find a 2nd goal here tonight? Salazar was running the wrong direction. And he will commit a foul in the end. He doesn't like it.
Not so sure the referee was going to give that until Atiba Harris put his hand on the ball and sort of forced the referee to make a decision one way or the other. Unfortunately for Atiba Harris, it went in his way.
So 15 minutes to go now, and in the final quarter of an hour tonight from Taft Stadium. And OKC find that equalizer. It's Brown. And Jonathan Brown. All the way into the corner. Comes in. Donovan got up for it. Sent forward again, Willis, he'll come to claim it.
And the goalkeeper's been a vital player for RGV tonight. A couple of huge saves to help so far keep a clean sheet. And if they go on to win this match, it's got to be one of the favorites to be man of the match from an RGV point of view.
Small. Now it's Coronado, and Small gets it right back. Obregon's in the middle. The substitute, he gets a touch to it. Obregon gets taken down, and an easy call for the referee, Daniel Gutierrez. He points to the spot, and RGV, a chance on the road to double their lead here tonight.
Atiba Harris just having a little pull there on Juan Carlos Obregon Jr. And a good bit of play here. Carlos Small with the ball in. Great first touch. Wasn't it a fantastic first touch from Obregon? Have a look. Then he does a little bit of skill. Atiba Harris just gets tempted to pull back. He didn't need to. There were two other white shirts waiting. He should have just let them deal with it. And he didn't. He panicked. And now Carlos Small has the opportunity to give RGV a 2-0 lead against OKC.
Well, RGV this season, they've scored as many penalties as they have missed or saved. And it's Carlos Small who steps up. And Cody Lorendi will be asked to try to keep the scoreline where it's at now.
Big moment for the goalkeeper. A save here, and he keeps his team right in it. If they go 2-0 down, it's going to be a long way back for OKC.
Of course, important for Lorendi to stay on that line until the ball is struck. It's Small versus Lorendi. And it's Small who slots it home. RGV, they've come on the road, and it's 2-0 to the roadside tonight.
Good finish there from Carlos Small, and he helps set up the goal. He gets the penalty, he gets the second goal. Happiness all around with the substitutes and the players. And, well, they have worked hard to get this RGV. They've had a few moments, and it's tough on OKC, but well taken. And what a great touch again from Obregon from the ball that was passed to him by Carlos Small. And that's what caused Atiba Harris all the problems and concerns. And this really is now a mountain for OKC Energy to climb in the last 10 minutes.
So goal number 11 for Carlos Small. It comes in the 79th minute. Got all set up, as you said, by the substitute Obregon. We also had a sub right after that goal. As you can see him there. It is Ian McGrath. He's yet to play for OKC. There is Brown is caught in an offside position. So the debut for Ian McGrath. He played for Queen of the South in the Scottish Championship before coming over here to OKC Energy, but he did go to the University of Evansville there in southern Indiana. So only one more field player is available to be subbed on tonight for Steve Cook. It's Max Gunderson, who's still on the bench.
That is the only field player left. So unless something happens with Cody Lorendi, that is the manager's only option. There's been so much good to come from OKC. Deshaun Brown has been really good up front. I think Omar Gordon probably for me has done the most. He's been positive, direct. He's run at the defense. He's taken a few hits and knocks.
There's Isidro Martinez looking to add a third goal potentially. Cut back towards the penalty spot, but Ross was there. Now Duval distributes wide. 10 minutes to go. Can OKC find at least 2 goals tonight? Now Ross giving away Obregon. If this result holds, these two teams would be level on points, but RGV would find win number 10. They'd move just ahead of OKC Energy on tiebreaker, and that is wins. Obregon is fouled. And who would have thought that a few weeks ago?
Yep. It has been a couple of really, really tough months for OKC. They haven't played badly here tonight. Again, I go back to Ben Willis making that save. from Cordell Cato when the scores were 0-0, and Cato thought he had scored. It hit the goalkeeper's left foot. Crucial, crucial save, and then 10 minutes later, they're 2-0 up RGV.
Opportunity here for RGV. Over the top! What an opportunity looking for Obregon. It was Rodriguez making the run, making the defender look into the sky.
Great bit of skill there from Kevin Rodriguez. Absolutely brilliant. I thought he was going to have a volley and a shot at the end of it, and instead he tries to look for Obregon. Can't quite find him, but again, wonderful play from RGV.
If you've done all of that work, you might as well have a shot, right?
Yeah, I agree. And they're 2-0 up, so it's not like it's a crucial phase of play. If it's 0-0, then maybe not, but at 2-0, why not have a dip?
Obregon tracks back and is able to keep it for RGV.
Frustration now for OKC. They're trying to get the ball back and giving away fouls. But they know that they have to score soon if they're to get anything out of this match.
We are awaiting another sub for RGV. Looks like, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, Robert Castellanos, looks like he'll be the one to come on.
A slightly more defensive aspect then to RGV. They're going to try and hold on to their 2-goal lead, taking off a striker, bringing on a more defensive-minded player.
Trying to extend their unbeaten run to 4 matches. They did have a 5-match unbeaten run this season. That was all the way back in April and included the win over OKC Energy.
And just to remind everyone again of those wins they've had, Orange County, who've been in fantastic form. I think that might have been the only defeat they've had in the last sort of 7 or 8 matches. Real Monarchs, that's also another very difficult game. A draw at New Mexico United, who are fighting for their playoff lives. And then it looks like, at this moment in time anyway, a good win away at OKC, who have been desperate to get a win. So, yeah, if you're an RGV fan, you're looking at this thinking, wow, what a fantastic end to the season, and hopefully augurs well for next year.
A chance to potentially get over that 40-point mark if they can get a win at home against Portland. Here's Obregon. He does commit a foul. And it looks like we will get the substitution. It's Robert Castellanos who will come on. And coming out, it will be Michael Salazar.
Yep. Sensible, defensive-minded approach. I like Salazar's efforts in this match. He's been sharp. He just hasn't quite worked out for him, but he's looked to attack. He's looked to try and build opportunities. And he's played really well. But now it's a case of holding on to the 2-goal lead, coming away with all 3 points, and ideally for RGV, a clean sheet.
Appearance number 17 for Robert Castellanos, a Palmdale, California native. And Small can't keep it in play. Tiba Harris trying to go quickly. If they can find a goal, OKC, they can make these last few minutes pretty interesting. Gebhard, he'll keep this in play in towards the corner. Here's Ross. Lofted over the top. McGrath couldn't quite bring it down. Into the hands of Willis.
The idea was good, wasn't it? A lovely ball in from Callum Ross there. And McGrath, all he wanted to do was just try and get on the end of it and flick it. He just couldn't quite reach it. But good creativity, good idea. Just not, again, not quite working out for OKC, is it?
Bird gets knocked down. Here's McGrath. Took a slight deflection, but Isley looked like he was making a good run. Now it's Rodriguez. So Donovan and Carlos Small, the goal scorers tonight. Both came from stoppages in play, a corner kick and a penalty kick. They all count the same. As Coronado spins out of a few defenders. Coronado into the middle. Obregon on the turn. He plays it wide now for Rodriguez. And hounded by Jonathan Brown, and Brown did commit the foul. And a free kick opportunity now for RGV.
RGV winding this clock down very, very well, keeping possession, playing it around, probing in the box. It's a really good performance, and once again, I look at these two teams and think, well, they really should be in the playoffs. I know they've had a lot of injuries and other problems, so that's what's frustrating, because they've got so many good players on both sides.
Curling ball in. It's headed away by Ibeaga. Low driven ball. This might fall for Obregon, a little bit too tall. Now Gordon, one last burst in him. We've seen a lot of his speed tonight, but this time it's a giveaway in the midfield. You can hear the directions from Gerson Echeverry. And to keep that ball moving.
Yeah, if you don't move, ooh, that's a late tackle. That's going to get you into trouble. A few shots on the sidelines, and maybe there'll be a card for this. Maybe there won't. But what they're saying, oh, we hope he's okay. Duval, I think he felt that. But the coach is saying move the ball, because if you move it, you can't be closed down. If you hold on to it too long, that's when the tackles start flying in. Have a look here. It's a lunge there. Yeah, not a red card for me, but I certainly think I've seen yellows given for that.
And there hasn't been a yellow card given tonight. Looks like it might remain that way.
Duval limping a little bit. I think he really felt that. Now here's a chance for OKC. Decent ball into the box. See if you can get on the end of it.
It's Gordon who puts his right foot through it, trying to get a flick. He came towards goal, but a little bit wide. And here is the sub coming on for RGV. David Cabrera will come on. And it will be the man in the middle tonight. It was Eric Bird pulling the strings of that midfield. He comes off. It's the final sub used tonight by Gerson Echeverry.
Count the big one. That's all I'm saying. Hey, you and Robert have to do it.
David Cabrera, the son of Wilmer Cabrera, now the coach of Impact Montreal in MLS.
That clock running down, so frustrating for the home fans. They thought the goal was going to come. It was a good first half for OKC. They threatened. The goalkeeper, Ben Willis, made a couple of saves. You thought the second half was going to go the same way. They nearly got the breakthrough with Cordell Cato, and once again Ben Willis with a save. And from that 0-0, suddenly they were 2-0 down and virtually match over.
Gordon tries to slip it inside. It's kept in play by McGrath. Gordon again, and poked away this time by Adams. Now Carlos Small can dribble away. Duval going to ground, but Small stays on his feet. There's Rodriguez going for goal, and just wide of that right post. It did take a deflection, and it's out for a corner.
They look absolutely dead on their feet now, don't they, OKC? They've run themselves into the ground here. Duval still carrying that injury. He's limping. Players are breathing heavily, and that's, I guess, credit to RGV, who have made them run and chase. RGV look a really, really good side when they're played this way.
It's 3 minutes of stoppage time. In the corner here for Obregon. He gets a touch in the box, and it's saved in the end by Lorendi.
Obregon again. Looks so sharp. His touch is really good. And he was the one who made the penalty possible with his quick touch and tempted Atiba Harris into a bit of a pull.
Time.
The referee spotted it and gave the penalty. Again, if you look at it from OKC perspective, you were right. It was a corner and not good marking at all on Connor Donovan. Then it was a penalty given away by Tipa Harris. Those are things that you can stop that. You can't stop just brilliant play, but you can stop things from set pieces. So again, frustrating for OKC. They gave away 2 bad goals last game out from bad tackling in midfield at Orange County, and this time it's 2 from set pieces. So yeah, tough days at the office for OKC.
This one just put straight out of play. 90 seconds to go. This will be OKC's 7th straight match without a win. They will finish in their final 11 home matches with just 1 win. It's nearly half of your home slate, and you can only get 1 win out of at the end of this season.
It's tough for the home fans as well. Imagine turning up for the last 11 games here at Taft Stadium and only seeing 1 win. That's frustrating, especially when you know that your team is good and certainly had a good first half of the season.
Knocked down for Deshaun Brown. Deshaun Brown, he'll go for goal. That's a pretty easy save from the ones we've seen tonight from Willis. And tough day at the office, as you said, for that man, Deshaun Brown.
When you think their final match is away against Phoenix Rising, it could be another tough day at the office for OKC, because not many teams have come away with anything against Phoenix Rising.
Real Monarchs getting a big win last night, though, against Phoenix. Those wins in Phoenix, few and far between.
Yeah, maybe also the end of the season that Phoenix are just slowing down. That might be anything that OKC can hope for.
One last gasp here for the home side. Played in towards the back post. Flicked away by Willis. There's nobody on that left side. Now just waiting for the final whistle. There it is. And this match is complete. It's 2-0 to RGV as OKC Energy close out their home slate with a disappointing 2-0 loss. But RGV, the Toros, they come on the road. They capture just their 2nd road win of the season.
Yeah, happy look on Jerson Echeverry's face. No wonder his team were excellent tonight. First 10 minutes they were sharp. Last 20 minutes they were really sharp. And they got their benefit in those last 20 minutes. Connor Donovan's headed goal was just amazing how high he climbed. And Obregon's touch was good. But as far as OKC are concerned, I thought Omar Gordon was excellent. He was positive, he attacked, he ran at that defense. Frustrating for him, but he really did cause the RGV defense all sorts of problems.
And tonight's man of the match is presented by Mass Mutual. Omar Gordon is that man. Tonight's postgame is brought to you by Dental Depot as well. We'll come back and we'll get you highlights and stats from this 2-0 win for RGV here tonight in Oklahoma City.
Goals are something we outline for ourselves, and oftentimes they can be pretty lofty. When things begin to line up the way we think they should, we appreciate those who helped us along the way, like the help you get with commercial banking from FFB. Our experts are ready to partner with you to help you manage cash flow, oversee accounts through online banking, and help you secure a business line of credit. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Mercy helps the energy get to the top of their game. We can help you get to the top of yours.
Tonight's postgame is brought to you by Dental Depot, and tonight it ended 2-0 to RGV as OKC Energy closed out their home slate with this 2-0 loss here tonight. But let's get into our full-time highlights. They are provided by Mercy. At Mercy, your life is our life's work. Learn more at mercy.net/energy sports. There'd be some opportunities for OKC Energy in this match. Callum Ross, this was in the first half.
Oh, it's a great strike, and I still think that Ben Willis got a faint touch on that to push it onto the post. And Callum Ross got another chance literally a minute later with the other foot, left foot, and just misses a top corner. Two fantastic strikes, and just wasn't going OKC's way. And then this one, this was the one where I thought was going to go in. Square ball to Cordell Cato. He knocks it past the keeper, and somehow Ben Willis gets his left foot just to block that. Lovely setup there from Deshaun Brown. Credit the goalkeeper.
And then here was the goal. Connor Donovan gets the touch to it.
Yeah, look how high he climbs. That is a leap and a half. Wow, that's a salmon leap, literally a couple of yards off the ground. And they go 1-0 up. And then this touch here from Obregon, great first touch, and it tempts Atiba Harris into a bit of a tug on the shirt because his first touch is so good. He gets past Atiba Harris, referee spots it, upsets Carlos Small, other side of the goal to Cody Lorendi, and it's 2-0. And RGV have this game wrapped up.
Tonight's full-time stats are provided by First Fidelity Bank, proud founding partner of Energy FC. And the shots are pretty even. Shots on target were a little bit skewed towards RGV, but the 2 goals are really all that matter in the end.
Yeah, shots on target are what produces the goals, so that's where the stats are certainly in favor of RGV. Possession really doesn't make too much difference, but yeah, great away win by RGB, who are in wonderful form, and quite the opposite for OKC. They cannot buy a win at the moment. Tough times there for OKC Energy.
So week 32 has come and gone here in the USL Championship. Just one more to go in this 2019 campaign. And tonight here in OKC, it was a 2-0 win for RGV. That's going to do it here from Taft Stadium. For our entire crew, former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. Just one more week to go here in this USL Championship season.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.